They told her to lie. They begged her to stay quiet, and when she refused, they tried to destroy her life. But this is the true story of a woman who chose honesty over fear, integrity over comfort, and truth over everything she ever loved, no matter what it cost her. What she exposed shocked an entire town, and what she survived made her a legend. Her name was Grace Miller, a 28-year-old school teacher in a small town outside Denver, known for two things: her kindness and her honesty. She wasn't rich. She wasn't powerful. She didn't have connections. All she had was a heart that could not lie, even when lying would have made her life easier. Grace worked at Riverbend Elementary, a school loved by parents, but run by a principal who believed appearance mattered more than truth. His name was Richard Hale, a man everyone respected, or pretended to. Grace didn't know how deeply corruption ran in the school until one winter afternoon changed everything. She was checking attendance sheets when she noticed something wrong. Funds meant for low-income students had gone missing. At first, she thought it was a mistake. But then she found more: receipts that didn't match, invoices for supplies that were never delivered, signatures that didn't look real. She didn't want to believe it, but everything pointed in one direction. Principal Hale was stealing school funds. Grace stayed up that night staring at the documents, her heart racing. If she spoke up, she could lose her job, her career, everything she had worked for. But if she stayed silent, the children she loved teaching would continue to suffer. She took a deep breath and chose truth. The next morning, she walked into the district office with all the evidence. But instead of being thanked, she was warned. "Grace," they said gently, "let this go. It's not your fight." "It is my fight," she replied, "because those kids are my responsibility." Within days, rumors began spreading. Grace was suddenly called difficult, unstable, a troublemaker. Parents who once greeted her warmly now avoided eye contact. Hale used his influence to turn the town against her. One evening, she came home to find a note slipped under her door. "Stop talking or you'll regret it." Her hands trembled. For the first time, she felt fear crawling up her spine. She could have walked away. No one would blame her. But Grace wasn't fighting for herself. She was fighting for children who couldn't fight for themselves. A week later, she stood in front of the school board, facing Hale and dozens of staff members who glared at her like she was the villain. She wasn't angry. She wasn't bitter. Standing there, she simply said, "Lying might protect adults, but truth protects children. And I choose the children." Her voice didn't shake. And that made everyone else shake. A statewide investigation followed. Grace lost her job during the review, but she didn't stop. She worked with parents, collected statements, organized documents, and met officials. Her truth was stronger than the lies built against her. 6 months later, the investigation ended with a shocking announcement. Principal Hale was found guilty of embezzling over $200,000. He was removed and later sentenced. When reporters asked Grace how she felt, she only said, "I'm not brave. I'm just honest." And sometimes, honesty is the bravest thing of all. The school offered her job back, but Grace didn't return. Instead, she became an advocate, traveling to schools, speaking about integrity, transparency, and the power of one person who refuses to stay silent. Grace Miller didn't become a hero overnight. She became one the moment she chose truth, even when telling the truth made her lose everything. And in doing so, she reminded the world of something it had forgotten. One honest person can change a system built on lies.